Hey, Old Boar here. Welcome back to Volchoria, City Skylines 2. And we've started to get the idea of this interchange system between Volchoria, thinking about naming it back to Cooper because I keep thinking about Cooper, Linden Crossing, and Brierwood. I would have to rename my train line, so I'm just going to call it Volchoria. And that's our main city back in there. This is our very elaborate, highly planned out, grand scale network system. Got the Musk Ox Tongue interchange here. The unlucky four-leaf clover here. Whatever this is called, it's quite pretty. And I still lack getting traffic from here onto this highway going back this direction, I think. Yes, that's correct. Traffic coming off of here cannot get back on here. And who knows how the simulations traffic works. But this seemed to normalize itself out. We had a lot of traffic here before, but you would be surprised how one thing will change. Let's see, can they get off onto this road? And you'd be surprised how other intersections affect these. And we have positive traffic, believe it or not. 20,000 people is not a lot of people. We've got some noise pollution. I think it's this. Too close. I just put that down because I like that building. I'd like to change the color of it. There's a new mod that you can do that with. Not for sure if that building has a different color, but nevertheless. So we're working on this interchange here. This is my stack interchange, which actually goes in many different directions. And as we populate out over here and here, and even on this island and this island, and then back in here, we will see traffic change. Not real happy about these here, this straight across angle. This is what I'm working on, and this is a really tight curve. It just doesn't look natural. I'm thinking about just making it a lot bigger. And that would mean coming back and going over those rails. I think your the angle you come off of the highway with, for example, there, determines a lot about how much you can do. And I'm not for sure if I want this to be that high. Not that high. Might just drop it down one. And now you're going to get another piece if you don't re-click. You're going to get a straight piece there. And are we going to have the height correct if we snap this line to the next one? That's the question. Think we might be able to drop it down? No. So you want to right click again before you do this connection here. And I think I'm much happier with that. And these might just drop down a little bit with move it. And we're gonna wait a few seconds, click move it, and then drop it down. Might drop this down 5 clicks. Not too for sure about this. And this here, it is functioning, and it's going to take a move because we're hitting a pillar in there. Not much. I think I might just be good with it. It's called the fish hook knot interchange. We could have come out this way and swung around. That might look a little better. I'm kind of both aesthetics and functionality. And this is where I might want to put anarchy on. I might want to take this and just trim that piece off. I want to make sure I'm at 180 so that the curve is natural. And then page it up 1. Okay. See, that's the way this functions. Much happier with it. Much happier. I've got a pillar I need to deal with. And this wonked out here. This connection was strange. And maybe it was for a reason. Just needs to be straight. And we do have a pillar. And I don't think we can curve those two through these two pillars here, so probably just move it back. I want to pause your game, wait a few seconds, turn on, move it, and just move it back. And then we could get a nice curve in here. Got some kind of a wonky thing going on here. What is this? We're good though. It's just a little strange thing. Maybe the Alt-M can help us out here. Alt-M. Alt-M. I think I'm going to be good with that. I like that tool. Alt-M. So that is this interchange that connects up these areas. There might even be something over here, but I haven't really imagined anything being out in here. This is where I'm imagining something. And this needs a double point service interchange, which could be very simple. And we could just drop these train tracks down below ground for this buildable area here. Brierwood Downs. I have made this flat in here. And we want to fix this stuff up too. Now that we're done with our interchange, we can come back in and clean these up a bit. I like it. I like it. This is just a little bit off. And if you don't want to deal with removing trees, just pick it, curve it, take off anarchy. And there you go. So this would be Brierwood Downs. I like just Brierwood. And there's our passenger train coming in from the outside. It's going all the way to a different city, which I believe is over here. Now we do not have an airport. I don't know what this is. And where would you put the airport? It looks like your air connection is here. Kind of want to put your airport outside of the city. This might be a place. And I don't know how big these are. International. This is just a normal airport. Look at that footprint. Where would you put this? Maybe this area that I've been thinking about up in here is the airport. It doesn't have much connection here. You'd have to bring these into it and this straight off into it. Haven't really thought about this airport yet. And you need that big loop on the end. Both ends. There's not much place on this map for it. Might have to be up in the mountains. Would be strange. Or on one of these islands. This island here. This would just be the airport. This island here. This island is quite rocky. Trees are changing again. In October, I kind of like it. Really kind of like the fact that I get both seasons, because in City Skylines 1, I really got used to the autumn trees. I put them in a lot of my builds. And see what this is like. Maybe here. Right near the air connection. Kind of like that idea, but I'm going to have to think about it. That's this large scale planning that I like to do. I like the fact that I'm not quite so worried about the simulation. Super assets. So this buildable area here, this airplane is kind of going this direction, so I think this is the idea here. And we can bring in this through the mountains and maybe a big interchange here. People would have to come out this way or this way or this way to get to the airport over here. Just out of curiosity, let's see what this big international airport's footprint is. It's got 2 loops. International airport, my goodness. That would be fun. It's even got a cargo. I have not used that asset yet. So I'm going to take these train lines out to there. See if I can get these evened up. You're just going to have to straighten one of these up to use parallel mode. And then just bring it up to there. Now the parallel mode needs to be at offset 0.05. And we're going to do this and curve it through the trees. We're going to drop it down 1. And then we're going to drop it down another 1. Although this is going to limit our train station. I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm thinking that this is where I wanted to do train over the road. This is where I wanted to do train over road, which is kind of cool. It's just a little town, and you want to pick the place that it's actually like that curve a little better. Let's see. To get that to work in City Skylines 1 is a real challenge. It's not this easy, let's put it that way. We've got a little bit of wonkiness here, I think, because you don't want... here comes the train. Probably don't want 4 lanes going over this. Or it may be the offset, 1.5 offset. They did a lot of work on this. There's a lot of people who've complained about a lot of things, but if they actually did make City Skylines easier for players to play the game, Alt M, and let's see if we can fix this. If they made it easier for us to play the game, I might just be good with it. Then, believe me, these things happening here and those fancy trains and the catenaries and these nice tracks, that was a major accomplishment by them. Go away from City Skylines and play another game, or go back to City Skylines 1 if you want to, but you know, if we are really expecting for the game to get to the point where it's much better than this, and all of this kind of stuff is actually working much better, then play it now and learn it now and learn your road tools and this kind of thing. I don't know what this is. It's just a little glitch, but I'm going to go ahead and live with it. And we want a train station in here so we can get a line going over here. Train station. And this needs to be flat tracks, pretty much. And so how would you get this oriented? You would have to put a little piece of road over here. To get it oriented correctly. These are the kinds of things you can be learning, see? You don't want that. It's just a hill. We're on a hill. We can orient our train station on this side of the road. Whoops, didn't want to do that. But we can, instead of using this, whoops, we can move it into here. Road is on this side. There's a trick in CS1 to this, but I'm not actually, I haven't got my brain wrapped around it yet. And this probably needs to be trimmed back a bit more. And we're going to take this to there, and this, however far you started that other one is probably about how far you want to start this one. It's not right. That's okay. And then these two are just curved. Let's see, let's curve it here. Might just be straight. That's the wrong road. And now this island station would just smoothly get into this one. Maybe like this. This is kind of temporary, I guess. Yeah, that's part of learning City Skylines too. Anticipating the game to be much, much better. You know, I trust them. I know they've had a lot of flack, but they've worked really hard on this, actually. And so this needs electricity, sewage, water, all that we can put in now that we've got Brierwood going. Nice interchange and place for Brierwood to grow. Thanks for watching The Old Boar. Take care now.